Hello, hello. Hey guys, I'm very excited to have another iCast special for you. You know, I've been trying to get all this stuff for you during this week. Normally we'd be at the show and record this, but today in our lovely COVID society, which is crazy by the way, we have a different way of doing it, and I'm really excited that we're going to be able to show you all the new freshwater and saltwater lures from Yo-Zuri. So I'm very happy and excited to bring in a new friend, Chris Brown. Chris, good morning, or well, good afternoon. How are you? Hold on, I got to hit applause. See, sound effects. How do you like that, Chris? How are you,
Awesome,
man?
man. I'm good. I'm good. It's great to be on here with you.
Thank you for doing this, by the way.
Of course, my pleasure.
So I've been starting them off. I've been trying to find out a little bit of information about the person who is here. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got introduced into the outdoors, how long you've been with Yo-Zuri, and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, I've been a fisherman my entire life, since before I could remember. I think I caught my first fish on a Spider-Man Zebco. And yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, I've been working with Yo-Zuri for 4.5 years now. It's my fifth year with the company, and I'm loving it. You know, it's a great industry to be in. Lots of friendly people, and I mean, if you're a fisherman, what's better?
Yeah, that is for sure. And you're probably getting not only to fish with some of the best products out there, but you're getting to meet some of the best anglers too, and fishing with them. Do you have any? Do you get any? Do you give any input on the process behind creating a new lure, or is that something else handled by other people?
That is something that's handled by other people. We do have a lot of input here in the United States, as far as what our pro staff guys are asking for, what are fishermen asking for, and what do they want. And our home office in recent years has been very good about listening to what it is that we need for our market here.
Mm-hmm.
In years past, it hasn't always been that way, but they are really dialing it in, with the development side of things. With for example, the 110 jerkbait, 3DB 110, the new one, that was in development for 2 years,
Wow.
and that was all because of our pro staff guys, on the Elite Series tour, the MLF tour, and the FLW Pro Tour. They all had their own input, and so it was sort of combining everything and getting it just right.
Yeah, I know my buddy Dan Fay used to do some stuff with you with Yo-Zuri, and so
Oh
does
yeah.
my really good friend Brandon Card. Is he and I had a whole argument last year over the 3DB pencil, and I wouldn't say it was article. I lost the argument, but he's kind of proven that bait is just phenomenal. So, well, this year you've got lots of new stuff. You got freshwater and saltwater stuff, correct?
That's right. That's right.
And we couldn't be happy that me and anybody who watches this on the Facebook page and then also on YouTube is going to be able to see this. So why don't you start us off? What lure are we going to check out first?
Well, I'd like to start on the saltwater side of Yo-Zuri, if that's all right with
I
you.
I like that idea quite a bit.
Okay. All right. So first up is the brand new 3D Inshore 5-inch version of the Top Knock pencil. So the 5-inch walking bait, got a 1 knot cadence rattle there in the back. It's tail weighted, so it cuts through the wind. Even in a headwind, strong headwind, you can really cast this thing out there. What they decided to do this year for this version is put 3x treble hooks on it, because it is a bigger profile bait. It's going to get some bigger bites, and it needs to be able to stand up to, say, an overslot snook or a medium-sized tarpon, something of that nature. Um, Another new thing for the 3D Inshore is the addition of the bone color.
Yep.
So this is available in bone, and then all of the other great colors that are available in that series also. This is coming in at $9.99, so just under $10. High quality Japanese topwater bait, and we've been fishing the 4-inch version here in Florida a lot over the past year,
Yeah.
and it's really been successful.
Now, how many colors is that one going to come in? I think I have that one in. It's a blue top, maybe a mulletish looking color.
Yeah, there should be 12 or 14 colors now.
Okay.
So you've got your classic silver black, redhead, chartreuse, etc. And then you've got the real colors. Now, the real finishes are like real mullet,
Okay.
real pilchard, real glass minnow. And so they mimic the baitfish patterns very, very closely.
That's awesome.
And that mullet color is really a killer for Florida as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's a,
Yeah.
a walk the dog type style profile.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It sits pretty flat.
Yeah,
Actually, sits very flat on the top of the water, and it really only takes one jerk of the rod tip to get it to walk.
nice.
Very easy walking bait.
Yeah, that's the one I think we've argued about, but that'll be another story for you and I later on down the line. What else? What
Right
else?
on.
What else is next?
Well, we got another new top water. This one I'm really excited about because it's got applications for both inshore and offshore saltwater. This is the new mag popper. All right. So this is the 5.25 inch version. And then we also have a 6.25 inch version.
Oh, you got a stud one. It's like we
Yeah,
like to
that's
call it.
right. That's right. So what's really cool about these is they're actually through wire construction.
Okay.
So if anyone out there doesn't know what through wire is, from that line tie in the beginning all the way down the body of the bait to the tail anchor here, it's all one piece wire. So if you've got a monster tuna or something like that, a tarpon, and it breaks the lure somehow, you're not going to lose that fish because everything's connected to your line. And they also decided to do a new magnetic weight transfer system, um, newly designed. It used to be like two BDs.
Okay.
Okay. Now what they've done is they've put it basically in a sled, and so when it hits the back of the tail, it really knocks it and flies. You cast it, and you're going to hear that click
Yeah.
in the back of your cast. That's how you know it's engaged.
Now that's just a big heavy jerk twitch down of your rod to make the nose go under to make that great beautiful sound.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it pushes a lot of water with this big cup mouth, definitely. So the smaller version, 16.99,
Yep.
and the bigger version, 17.99.
Still in a good price
And
range.
yeah, again, 3x trebles because you got to be able to have good hooks on these baits if you're
Mm-hmm.
going for big game fish.
That's got to be a snook. Cause
So
you're down. Where are you at? Just out of curiosity.
we are located in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Oh my gosh, how's the snook fishing down there right now?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people in the Jupiter Inlet fishing right now, catching overslot snook. I'm kind of jealous because I can't get out there
Yeah.
right now. But oh yeah, I can't wait, and I can't wait for the mullet run to throw these things.
Yeah.
September, October,
Mm-hmm.
game on.
Let me ask. This is way out of left field, but I would ask it somewhere. How has we've seen an increase in sales of baits, of fishing licenses, double digit fishing licenses, sometimes in the upwards of 40% increase in fishing licenses in some states. How has are you guys how is have you guys seen an increase in sales in your side from Yo-Zuri?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty accurate reflection of what's been happening. Once when everything got locked down, we were a little nervous,
Yeah.
as I'm sure everybody was, and we didn't know how, coming out of that, what was going to happen. But what we're seeing is people started to fish.
Yeah.
Those who fish started to fish more, and those who don't fish, they said, "Hey, what a great thing to do. Let's go outside, let's go get some fishing tackle, and let's try it out." So I think a lot of people got into it, and that's what's causing a really sharp increase in our customer orders and all those people that are going out and fishing. Now, what we've noticed across the industry is that a lot of companies are having trouble getting product into their warehouses
Mm-hmm.
and shipping product to their customers, which is worrisome. Yo-Zuri hasn't had that problem because of we're a Japanese-based company. Yeah, we've been getting regular shipments and shipping customer orders in a pretty timely manner. So
And this
yeah,
is what I would ask this normally at the end. Are we going to see all the products today this year, or are some going to make it into 2021?
you'll see them this year. We're expecting this guy
Yeah.
to arrive sometime in the middle of September.
Okay.
Now,
Perfect time for the mullet
pretty,
run.
yeah, yeah, and pretty much everything else we're pretty good on.
Oh, Excellent.
Yeah, we've got most of everything in stock and shipping out orders now.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
really great. Okay, awesome. I love to hear that. Okay, what's next? Which one are we going to next?
So this next one, um, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the Hydro Minnow LC. It was
Yes.
introduced a year or two ago. This is mostly just a color edition for the Northeast striper fishing market.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of bone and green mackerel with a little bit of pink on the belly. All right, so that's again mostly for the striped bass market in the Northeast. But in talking with customers, um, got a lot of interest out of Mexico and Central America and stuff for this color. They like to fish snook down there too, in the
Yeah.
river mouths and stuff like that. Um, the last saltwater Yo-Zuri product that we have to show you guys, we've had this product for a while, and we've only sold it in clear. I'm talking about Yo-Zuri hybrid,
Oh, yes.
okay? And now it's available in high vis yellow.
Nice.
So all you trolling guys, all you kite fishermen, this is going to be for you.
Yeah, you
You
can
know,
see
it
that.
does come in these smaller spools, but we've also got 1 pound and 3 pound bulk spools that will
How,
be available as
how
well.
much line is on a three-pound spool of line? I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah, if you're talking, 20-pound test, it's thousands of yards.
Yes. Thousands. Tens of
Thousands.
thousands.
Yeah, and the 3 pound spools it's pretty crazy.
That's pretty funny, actually. Okay, now we're gonna head over to some freshwater stuff. What's the first
Sure.
freshwater we're gonna look at?
My favorite one.
Always good to start off with the best.
That's right. This has quickly become my favorite topwater bass fishing lure, if not my favorite bass fishing lure, and it's the pencil popper,
Mm-hmm.
3DB pencil popper.
I
All
have
right,
that one right there. Oh, I've got
do
that one.
you?
Yep.
This is a great bait.
I
Action
don't
on
have
this.
it personally. No, I have it on the screen. Sorry.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. If you can see that mouth there,
Yes.
that spits a lot of water as this thing is walking side to side. Now, traditional pencil style baits sort of shoot as they walk.
Yeah.
I like this one because I can keep it almost in the same spot and just make it dance side to side like this. And yeah, quickly become my favorite topwater.
How much is that one going to retail, and how many colors are that one?
$9.99, and I believe there's eight. No, I'm sorry, there's 6 colors.
Okay.
We're keeping it real simple. Obviously, we got the bone here, and then you've got some of the classic Yo-Zuri 3D prism finishes like silver black, silver blue, ghost shad. Last year we added a chartreuse silver, which is really good for our area, and a clear. So the clear, you'll have to see it. It's got like a real shiny
I think I might. Is that the one that was on the?
prism.
No, wrong one. Hold on. 3D.
Yeah, the clear is a pretty cool color.
I think I got a clear. And it has a blue stripe all the way down it.
Sort of.
Yes.
Sort of, yeah, that's the one. All right. So next up is the 110 jerk bait.
Now that comes in two. You've got two of those this year.
We do. We've got this version, which is the regular version, dives to 3 to 5 feet.
Okay.
What's really cool, and this was one of the arguing points between pro staff guys, was it has to have that nose down
Oh.
pause. When you pause this thing, it goes nose down just like that. While you're working it, it keeps your line tight, which is important while jerkbait fishing, because you want to be able to feel the bite and set the hook without having to reel down and stuff like that.
Is that more like a twitch bait where you give it a couple twitches and then it'll nose down and slowly go back to the top, or will it sink as it goes nose down?
It'll suspend.
Oh,
just
yes.
where it is.
So it's a suspending
Yeah,
twitch
it
bait.
won't float. Yeah, it's a suspending bait. And you're right, it is a twitch bait, jerk bait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have the deep version.
I have a picture of the deep version, so don't worry about that. The deep version, how deep does this one swim?
8 to 12 feet.
Okay.
And that's all depending on what pound test line you're using.
Yeah.
If you want to get it down to 12 or beyond, then maybe a 10 or even an 8-pound test fluorocarbon would work.
Okay.
Typically fishing a 12 or a 14-pound mono or fluorocarbon, it'll probably sit in the 9 foot range.
How much are both of these gonna cost, and how many colors do these ones come in? Because I must have
Nine.
one that's yellow back, and the other one
Mhm.
is got maybe a dark black with a little yellow stripe down the back
Okay.
or on the
Yeah.
side.
So
Excuse me.
they'll be $9.99.
Okay.
So that's the great thing about the 3DB series is
Yeah.
they're all the baits are $9.99.
What?
And in,
Keep going. Sorry.
oh no, I was just gonna say, pretty much all of our bass baits are under $10 on the Yo-Zuri side, especially.
What does 3DB stand for?
I'm not exactly sure what the B stands for, but what we usually say is because we have 3DS, 3DB, and 3DR. So the 3DS baits are a little smaller, so we say
Oh,
3D small.
I see what you're saying.
3DB, you could say 3D bass or 3D big, a little bit bigger profile, and then 3DR stands for real. You've got they're all comprised of realistic bait fish patterns.
Maybe it's
So
a
like
3D original 3D scan of a bait fish to start off with, and that's how maybe it's created that way.
yeah, sort of, yeah,
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 they're great looking baits.
yeah, they
Honestly,
sure are.
they're great looking baits. That the not the deep one. I think you could slay some fish with that thing.
Oh yeah, sure,
Now those
sure.
what kind of hooks are on those ones? Are those black nickel hooks?
Yes, they are all round bend black nickel hooks, and that
Nice.
is pretty standard on all of the Yo-Zuri freshwater baits.
Awesome. Okay, what
They're
is
super sharp and they're pretty durable too.
yeah, they're well, I know people that have Yo-Zuri baits for years. I think I have some in my box. They just you know, it's one of the things. It's a quality product that you guys are putting out, so that helps quite a bit too. I mean, do they get beat up? Yes, but I mean
Sure,
that's what if they're not beat up, then they haven't been used.
that's right. That's what they're for.
Exactly. What is
Yeah.
next?
For Yo-Zuri, so let's see. You had talked earlier about the glow.
Yes,
So
I have the Vibe Glower. I think that's what you're calling it.
yeah, so these are a really tiny crankbait or a lipless crankbait. They're the Rattling Vibe Mini. All right, we released these last year, and a lot of application for the ice fishing market. But we also do have classic colors as well for what they call open water,
Mm-hmm.
so regular bass fishing.
Yeah.
So your chrome blues and crawfish patterns and silver black and all that type of stuff. But then they've got these interesting colors right here.
Yeah, those glow in the dark?
This one does, and I'll take out the glow perch so you can see that one also.
Now, how much are those too?
$7.99.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's the glow perch.
Oh yeah, that's I moved you. Show me that again. Hold on. I'm taking myself off the screen. Oh yeah, that's a sexy ass bait right there.
Yeah, glow in the dark. And then this is the other new color. It's called
Oh
Wonder Bread.
yeah, I like that.
The northern guys love that color, and we have them. We have that in our crystal minnow walleye deep divers. All the walleye fishermen love it. But yeah, that's pretty specific for northern ice fishing.
Yeah.
So besides that, we've got a couple of new colors in the Rattling Vibe series.
Did
I've only
you
got one.
did you show us? Do you have one of the hardcore poppers by any chance?
Yes, yes. We'll get into hardcore in just a second.
Okay.
Last one for Yo-Zuri. It's a new red-black pattern.
Oh yeah, that looks like it's a little bit bigger.
This one is, yes. This is the 3/4 ounce version that we
Okay.
launched last year. It's a 3-inch, 3/4 ounce. We've also got a 2.5-inch, 5/8 ounce, and a 3/8 ounce, and then the mini.
Nice. How hard it? How long does it take to create something like that? How long? What is the process from the start of the thought process to getting it overseas, having them do all the molds, testing it, giving it to people to make sure it works right, to now coming out with it this year? In general,
Over a year.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
not.
I'd say a year and a half.
Did you ever get the early prototypes and go, okay, this thing just isn't working right? Here's what I wish it would do, or do you hear from the elite guys or the pros?
Yeah, so we do get some of those pre-production samples, um, and we are, invited to test them and stuff on our own. And a lot of them do go to the pro staff guys, and they may have, like with the jerkbait 110, they sent, I think, 6 or 7 different versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, going through all those, running them in a pool
Yeah,
and running them in a canal or something like that, just to figure out which one has got the best action.
yeah,
Um, Sometimes it's really easy and they get it right away. And then sometimes they want to test different versions of it to see, okay, what's going to work.
yeah, yeah. I can't even imagine the process that goes into making baits. To be honest, we think it's probably just something that just pop. It goes in your mind and out of nowhere, it just comes out
Yeah,
perfect. But there's nothing. None of them probably come out exactly the way you envision as it starts off with. I mean, they're probably easier ones, just like you said, and then there's probably tougher ones. But I can only
that's right.
imagine
That's right.
all of the process behind doing it.
The top water bait, I will say the top water baits from Yo-Zuri are a little faster. They know how to make a good top water bait. Um, you know, I keep mentioning the jerk bait because testing took 2 years.
Yeah,
Um, I will say that the action is comparable to some of the other heavy hitters in the jerkbait market. It's got that nice, sharp, darting, rolling action.
mm-hmm.
So I can't wait for people to start fishing that and seeing, that's it's
Just how
pretty
good
good.
it is. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Okay, what do we have
yeah.
next?
Okay, we got hardcore.
Yes.
We've had hardcore in the past. It's completely different this year.
Okay.
What we've decided to do is completely separate the marketing efforts, the pro staff team, everything down to sales programs, completely separating Yo-Zuri and hardcore. Um, so when we go out and present them, we're presenting them separately. So hardcore's got its own pro staff team this year.
Oh.
Ryan Salzman, he fishes the MLF tour.
Yep.
We got Spencer Sheffield. So yeah, these guys are really good. I mean, Ryan put a video of the 4+ crank. Was it on YouTube or Facebook? He's a really funny guy, but he made an amazing video
Yeah.
about it.
I'll have to get on there.
So
Check that one out for sure. So you're gonna start
oh
out with
yeah,
the crank one?
yeah, we can start with cranks.
Now I gotta tell
Um,
you, this is a bad ass. I have the picture up already. Sorry, I'm ahead of you. This is a bad ass. This is the I guess you'd call this a red crawl, maybe?
oh, this one.
Yes!
Yeah.
That is sweet.
So this is the 3+ version of it.
Yeah.
We got a 3+ and a 4+, which are the deeper ones. And then we have the shallow and mid runner, which I'll get to in a second. What's really cool about the hardcore baits is they've all got magnetic weight transfer systems. The only 3 styles that don't have it are the big swim bait, the Ninja Glider, the top water Noisy, and the Vibe, which they don't need it because they're heavy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does to these things, the casting distance is insane.
Yeah.
Even into a strong headwind, you can get that bait out there 40, 50 yards sometimes.
That's sweet.
So that's the 3+ version.
Now, how deep does that one dive?
The 3+, I would say, like 10 feet.
Okay, so it's not bad. Yeah, I mean,
10,
still.
10 to 12 feet. This one is a 4+. It gets down to 14 to 16 feet.
Yep.
And if you're throwing it on lighter line, Ryan Salzman tells us he's getting it down to about 18, 19 feet.
Really?
With 8-pound fluorocarbon,
Yeah.
10-pound fluorocarbon, he's getting it down pretty deep. But yep, got a nice big bill. You can see the angle on it.
Does it rattle too?
A little bit. That's
a deeper knocker.
The weight transfer
Yeah.
system. Yeah. Now going pretty far up the water column here. This is the new square bill.
Yeah, that is money. That is
Yeah.
money. I like
And
the
I like
deep
this color
pocket
too.
eyes, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
This is a really good looking color. This one's
Yeah.
new for this year. But yeah, it's a square bill, magnetic weight transfer, and that square bill is really good. What it's really good for is that searching action.
Yeah.
Kind of darts a little bit, and it also deflects on structure. If you're fishing Florida, you know about structure.
Yeah, way too
We
much.
got stumps, we got vegetation,
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff.
Too much crap in the water.
That's right. And then here's the mid runner. So the square bill is like a 3 to 4 foot diving depth, and then the mid runner, that one's going to be a 6 to 8 foot diving depth.
That first one's actually perfect for our ponds here.
Yeah, the 3 plus. Yeah, it's a good bait.
We had on that last one, we had Craig Webb asked, "Hey, Steve," he said, "Look sweet." He said, "First, Steve, these podcasts are going to make me go broke. That red crawl will crush here in Texas." And he asked, "What was that last color for the mini one? For the second one, the one that dives 3 to 5 feet. What is that color?"
This one is blueback chartreuse.
There you go, Craig. Blueback chartreuse. Of course, you say the hardest words to say all together.
And then in the square bill version of it, they don't have the blueback; they've got the blackback chartreuse. So a little bit different color patterns. You know what?
How hard is it to pick colors? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I think it's pretty easy actually.
Is there a set standard that you've worked through for years, and you go, look, we know these ones are going to sell. These are also one that anglers like to fish. Let's go with those and not break the mold and try to do something crazy, or do you end up throwing a couple crazy ones in there for us?
I think it's a pretty simple process. We do have the standard solid best-selling colors. So for instance, if we're picking 6 colors like we did for these crankbaits, we had 4 and 5 colors. Boom, this is it. And then the last one, we may have a choice of about 5 or 6 others. Trying to pick and choose. Okay, what's going to work in the Southeast? What's going to work in the Midwest? So we kind of have to cover our bases. Because we don't want to produce 30, 40, and 50 colors.
Yeah.
Because that gets confusing.
Very confusing, even for us anglers. Yeah.
Want to stick to, a solid core of what works.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have another one? Because I know I have one I want to ask some questions about. So I haven't seen it yet.
Ask away.
Well, no, keep going. I want to talk about the I know the minnow. Are we going to talk about the minnow next?
Yeah, definitely.
So I like this minnow. I like this mini.
Hardcore minnow flat.
Yes.
Flat-sided jerkbait, suspending jerkbait. These sizes have 3 hooks. So we have a 95. You can see on the back there.
Oh, yes.
This is the 95. We have also a 110, which is the most popular size.
Yep.
And we've had those 2 sizes in the past. But this year what they've done is they've added 2 new sizes. They've added a 2 3/4 inch version of it with 2 hooks.
A little bit smaller?
Exactly. And then a 5 1/4 inch version.
Oh, the big boy.
Yeah, so that'll be a 70 millimeter and a 125 millimeter or 130. I can never remember. 130. Yeah, so again, these are great casting baits. Fly tail first through the wind, because you can actually see that weight transfer in there. There we go. That thing flies to the tail, and then when you fish it, it slides back into that swimming position. I don't know if you guys remember, but last year Brandon Cobb won the Texas Fest tournament.
Yep.
On the Bassmaster Elite Series Tour. He was fishing in about 2 feet of water with the 110 and just digging it into the mud.
Really? That's bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
And he was the only one doing that on the whole lake, and he crushed it. I think he caught an 11-pounder.
I remember that. I talked to him after that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was his biggest fish he's ever caught.
he's a great guy, and
Yeah.
he's a real gentleman too.
Yeah.
Really good to
Really,
know him.
really humble.
Absolutely. So
How
that's
much
the
do those
male.
ones cost?
The smaller two sizes are $9.99.
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing for hardcore. A lot of these baits are $9.99 now.
Okay.
They used to be 13 and 15 bucks retail. Most of these are $9.99, with the exception of, the bigger crankbaits, the 3 plus and 4 plus. Those are still $14.99. And some of the other ones I'll go through, but yeah, everything I've talked about so far besides those cranks are $9.99.
That's great pricing. Great pricing.
Yeah, we want to be competitive.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
when we
I th-
redid the whole product line, then
I think
all right.
I'm
So
hoping I know which one is next. Let me hit another button first. There we go.
is it
Hopefully
this
it's the.
one?
Let me see. Is that the popper? Oh, yes, it is. I
That's the
have the
popper.
best picture of the popper, by the way. A black one that is with
Oh
orange
yeah,
mouth that is sexy as hell.
that is a really sexy color.
Blue, like little
Definitely.
spots on. I don't even know what you'd call that. Like little dots of paint on it. I don't even
They
know.
call it matte. They call it matte black, but it does have that blue kind. It's got blue specks in it.
Yes,
That is a cool color
that is a cool
for
color,
sure.
especially down here in Florida. Black
Yeah,
is really good down here.
they love the black and blue,
Yes.
and they also like the bone too.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to catch a lot of fish on that one too.
Absolutely. So as far as I know, I think this is one of the only, if not the only, freshwater popper with a magnetic weight transfer system.
Oh, okay.
So common theme throughout hardcore. Most of the baits have it. I've fished with this quite a few times. It sprays a lot of water. You can get it to go bloop
Yep.
down in the water. It all depends on how hard you work it. But again, $9.99, super high quality Japanese bait. Great finishes on these things, and you even got a little
The feather,
mylar
yeah.
tail there. Yeah, pretty common with most poppers.
I'd just like to point out to the people, did you hear those amazing sound effects? Gluk gluk was amazing. Let me just gluk gluk. Listen to those sound effects you get with the new show. Huh.
That's awesome.
I know I'm gonna get a comment about that. I don't care. It's just life.
So, got the shad,
Yep.
75 millimeter. This is a body style we've had in the past. Now, what's different about these styles, so we've had some of them in the past. They've got the magnetic weight transfer system, they've said is improved now, which it was pretty good before. I don't know what they improved, but these baits cast a mile.
Yeah.
This one's got a really tight wiggle, so it's really good for cold water. We don't get too cold here in Florida, but a lot of areas in the country water temps are dropping below 50 and getting in the 40s and stuff. This is a really good early spring cold water bait. It's slow floating, so like when you were talking about the jerk bait earlier, asking if it comes up, this one does. This one will rise real slow.
Yeah.
So that's a cool one. Another style we've had in the past, but this new and improved, is the Flash and Vibe. So Flash and Vibe's got a nice big head on it.
Big head. That's what she
Great
said.
for deflecting structure. It's got
good rattle.
Pretty good rattle in there.
Lots of rattles in there.
There are lots, and they're different sizes in there too.
Oh, okay.
You got big ones and small ones, and it helps create a little bit more rattle, if you will. What's really great about all hardcore and Yo-Zuri lipless crankbaits is when they sink, they actually swim.
Oh yeah, so they give a wobble off, or they start what I call working.
They do, and that's what makes the mini vibes we showed earlier so great. So you rip them up, and then they swim down.
That's how years ago. That's how when you get a lipless crankbait and you find grass, you get it through there, jerk it reel through as hard as you can, and stop and let it swim downwards as it. Even though people can't see me, they're just seeing you right now. It swims down, nose down, and that's usually what you get those reaction strikes as that happens because it's going like this.
Absolutely. Just rip it through the grass.
Yep, rip it through the grasses. If
Rip
you've
it through the
never used a
grass.
lipless crankbait, that's all I can tell you. Rip it through the grass.
Yep. So again, these are $9.99, just under $10. Definitely go check them out. All these baits should be on our website right now, yozuri.com, and just go to the product section for hardcore or Yo-Zuri, whatever you want to see, and it's all right there.
Awesome.
So next up, we've got two more baits. I've got two more baits that I can show you.
Okay.
This is the Noisy.
Oh, I didn't see that one on today.
Yep.
Oh, it's got a prop in the back.
And it's a wake bait.
It's a wake bait. Shut
Yes,
up.
it is. And it's jointed
Oh, I need that.
with 3 hooks. I call this the everything bait. It's got everything.
Yeah.
This prop makes a tremendous noise and spits off a lot of water. You can fish this a couple of different ways. You can jerk it and make that prop go crazy, or you can slow roll it. And when you slow roll it, it's got this nice
Methodical.
side to side wobble action to it, which is really, really sexy.
How heavy is that?
This one, oh gosh, I forget off the top of my head. It feels about an ounce.
Okay. So casts a country mile.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that doesn't need the weight transfer system.
Yeah.
Because it's got really big rattle chamber in there.
Yeah, good rattle chamber.
And then a little one in the back too.
Does it actually, when it swims like this, does that prop continues to work?
Yes. Yes, it does.
That's
Yeah,
something
just going and going.
That's really something I haven't seen, to be honest. That
Okay.
I've never seen. I don't know why was that not. How was that not on the page, the iCast page? I didn't see it on there.
Oh, you know what? With different package levels.
Oh, I know that story.
Works,
I know that story.
yeah.
Don't even get me going about that.
Yeah, iCast was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, well, I could tell you much better. I could be more vocal about that than everything, but I'm, we're usually at the show. Well, we'd have an hour left at the show, to be honest. Right now people would be shutting things down, right? Well, that and drinking.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, or in my case, I try to find whoever has the chocolate chip cookies right around 1:30-ish. Whoever's baking my fatness just starts smelling them from miles away. But usually we're walking around talking to people, so you can put as many as you want. And people that are watching this probably don't know that you had certain amount of products you could put in your display, your virtual display this year. And yeah, for like whatever it was, $500, you could put one product in, and then it kept going up and up and up and up and up to an extent, and then it was still very expensive.
It was. I will say, I think they did a decent job. I think they had like 2 months to put this whole thing together. And, when they first started sending us over the details, we're looking through it and we're thinking, okay, yeah, it's expensive. And, you only have a limited amount of product images that you can put up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the saving grace for it was that we're able to put our entire catalog.
Yes.
So we'll put a link to our catalog there, and that way people can see everything.
Yeah. They might have had a little bit more than 2 months if they would have if someone would have looked at here in Orlando and realized that the COVID testing was at the convention center 3 days after they did this, they would have realized there was no way that was ever going to happen. But we're dealing with what we have to do. No offense to ASA, but
no, they did a good job with the time frame that they had. And I want to say that they sent us an email saying that they had kind of been preparing for something like this.
Oh, okay.
So that at least they maybe had like a blueprint to go off of, or an idea of what they would want to do. But they did, they got us information and stuff in a pretty timely manner. They held some seminars and such to educate us on, what's it going to look like.
Yeah.
All the options.
Yeah.
I got one more bait.
Yeah, let's get off that because I could go on a tangent there. But show us this. I'm more interested in the Yo-Zuri baits.
The last one I got for you for hardcore, we decided to keep the Ninja Glider.
Oh.
So
That's a
it's
beast.
a, yep, it's a 7-inch slow sinking glide bait. So what you can do, two ways to fish this. You can jerk it with tips with the tip of your rod, and it's going to go pretty much 180
Yeah.
like that. Or you can slow reel it,
And
and
it
it's got this
swims.
nice searching, action to it. This is a big fish bait. You may get 2 or 3 bites all day fishing this, but they're going to be
Massives.
studs.
Studs.
And if they don't bite it, a lot of times a fish will follow this out of cover.
Oh,
So then you can follow up behind it with a soft plastic or a
yeah.
small lipless
Downsize a little
snake or
bit, yeah.
something. Sure.
How much is that bait, and how much was the wake bait, the jointed wake bait with the
The
prop?
wake bait comes in at $19.99,
Uh-huh.
and then this is $39.99. So considering that there's glide bait companies out there charging close to and over $100
Yes.
for the price point, can't beat this quality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about the paint finish. It's all about the action, the strength of the hooks. If any of you guys out there have these, you'll know that in the package it comes with a replacement tail. So sometimes, if it's sitting in your tackle box and it gets bent or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you can throw the other tail on there. And in the meantime, take that bent tail, put it under like a book
Yeah, like you're
or something
breaking
like
in
that.
a baseball mitt.
Yep, it'll straighten it, flatten it right out.
Yeah, that's cool. So is there anything else? Because you've got a lot of new products coming out this year, dude.
Yeah, we do. It's pretty intensive on the freshwater side.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And then
And
for
it's
the
got to be
saltwater
kind of
stuff,
exciting too.
it is. It really is. Oh my gosh, you should have seen me when 3D Inshore came out 3 years ago. It was like a kid in a candy store.
You're like,
Are
I'll
you
need
kidding
4
me?
of these and I'll need 12 of these.
Yep, yep.
I'm going to have
Oh
to
man,
field test everything. I have
that's right.
to.
Guys, I'll see you later. I'm
Yeah.
go fishing. Go product test
Yeah.
it.
That's what I say. I tell my wife, I have to do show research.
That's right. That's right. Oh,
Well,
there is one thing I forgot to
okay.
mention. It's another ice fishing product. We came out with Top Knot Ice and Hybrid Ice Fishing line.
Real low
So
vis.
real low vis. It's very similar to the Top Knot and Hybrid line products that we have out here. This stuff was specifically designed for ice fishing.
That's awesome.
So the hybrid stuff they use in 30, 40 feet of water. It's real sensitive, so they
Yeah.
feel the bites. And then for the Top Knot stuff, it's really abrasion resistant, so they're using it shallow water, more toothy predators like their walleyes and muskies and pike and stuff.
Awesome. Well,
So
you guys have the full line of stuff coming out this year, and I tell everybody right now, go to yozuri.com, check it out, get on there, buy the stuff, and I'll put this on YouTube shortly here in a few minutes, so the YouTube people can watch it too. But I appreciate the time. It's really an exciting time for you guys, and congratulations, man! It's awesome to see.
thank you. It was a lot of fun coming on here and talking with you and showing off the new stuff.
Yep, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone and not say goodbye to you, so hang on for a second. So everyone, remember, go to yozuri.com, check them out, check out their Facebook page, their social media pages, check all that stuff out and subscribe and be a fan so you can see all the new stuff they have coming out. And if you see Chris around, tell him that we said thank you for his time. But everyone, I hope you guys, as we always end everything, remember to take a kid fishing, get your fish on, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys.